Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, as human beings, we are in a journey through this timeline and we call it sansara. So, when it comes to our day-to-day life, the mostly we hear sometimes we say, I did this, I did that. So, when you come to do some activities and you get the health out of most of the conditions around you, and when you complete the action you mention, you did it. As example, when you plant a tree or seed, you plant the seed and then after that the soil, the water, sunlight, weather, this everything help for the seed to come out of it. But then later we claim, oh, I did that. Even as children, sometimes when they play with things and they create things out of clay and once or sand, and once they do that, and they claim, I did this. Even they draw pictures and they need the paper and they need the colors, pens. So using that all, once they bring a picture and they say, oh, I did this. This self-centered mind always personalize the whatever the outcome. But if you look very carefully, without that other things, without that other conditions, is there any way that we can do something? Even when it comes to inhalation, exhalation, I breathe in, I breathe out. Do you think that you can breathe in or breathe out? So this self-centered and self-ownership always take us to difficulties. Because when things become okay and when things go nice, it's going to be more relaxed and comfortable and you feel joy. But when the things start to go away and when the things start to become difficult, more than any other things, then you start to get hurt yourself and you become angry within yourself and you trying to get revenge out of your own life. So from where this came, because from the childhood to now, you always thought you didn't see the necessary conditions around that. So when you practice meditation, it opens your mind to go and to higher level and open your mind to see in a bigger, larger scale. And your mind become more vivid to see things and not only the whatever the outcome and how other conditions help for that outcome. Then you become a part of the soul. That understanding is bringing kind of like a different wisdom to yourself. Otherwise, we always go with the self-centered mind. That self-centered mind itself take us to the wrong view. So then always remember in your life, that's why we need the appreciation, gratitude. Because when we appreciate things, when we pay our gratitude regarding things or the people, deeply it brings the wisdom and the connection to see that how other people or the how other things help us. And when you have that understanding, always it help you to get out of the egocentric mind or the self-centered mind. In the path of this wisdom or in the path of this journey, that is very important thing. Because when you recognize that, in that very moment, you get out of the pain. Otherwise, always in our mind, in our head, always we struggling. And it always brings the unsatisfaction and the fear, unbalance. So that rather than claiming I did things, it is better you look how things happen and how things arise. There is a universal law how things can happen. That is what called cause and effect. So then you tune to the universal law rather than self-centered authority. So naturally then you become free from this holding nature. And it brings the calmness, relax, comfort to you, to your mind. That calmness, that relax, that comfort, very necessary when you practice meditation. Then you recognize you are part of this all. You are part of this family, you are part of this house, you are part of the village, you are part of the country, you are part of the world, you are part of the universe. And then there are the other universe that it's a part of this universe. So see how big it is. So then you become a part of it. You're never going to resist something, or you don't develop a strong desire or the attachment with the self-centered mind. See how you find the balance in between that, because you recognize it is just not only you. It is not just only your desire. It is not just only what you want, or it is not just what you like. To happen things, there should be some other necessary conditions. That is the very knowledge, that is the very wisdom that you need through the practice. Even when it comes to your entire body, it is a result of this entire system. It is just not only one isolated incident. But we always like to be separate. I am like this, I do my way. This is the way I want to do. This is the way I think. So we always separate from that nature. But when you able to harmonize with that causality or the cause and effect or the universal nature, then it brings the connection and develop a bridge to recognize each and every one connected to this Dharma. And then whatever that you go through, there is a possibility that other people also can experience. See, that deeper, that understanding within yourself, bringing a connection to the world. So then whatever you don't like, then you recognize naturally that other people also it's not going to like. And whatever that the bring the comfort to yourself, it is just not only you, it is the very human nature that other people also feel like that way. So then you follow that. And that is where you start to come to a life. You find your comfort without disturbing to others. So in that very stage of that kind of life, that other people also feel the comfort around you. Why? Because they don't get disturbed out of your behavior. You don't disturb to anyone, and anyone not going to get disturbed out of your behavior. In that level, you bring a very good harmony and connection. So it come as a deeper understanding. With the deep understanding, it is just not happening, or it is, just keep chanting or repeating like a mantra. It happening because you see there is a connection. So that is very necessary. So that's why the dharma is not only for a one person or one time or one group of people. The dharma is the universal nature. So through the meditation, what we trying to do, what we trying to experience, we trying to experience this universal nature and this universal language. So in that practice, it is not once a day, few minutes you practice little bit like that way. It's a whole, it's become a lifestyle when you really understand this. Because your living itself become that. Not just practicing meditation is a part of your life. Your whole life is like a meditation. So that is what you need. And when you come to that level, you become kind of like a swan, and without disturbing to the water, swan can enter to the water and swim in the water. You become like a bee. Without disturbing to flowers, you can gather the nectar. And at the same time, you contribute to the nature, pollinating the trees and the fruits and the flowers and that things. It helps to balance the nature. So practicing meditation is like that. It is not you disturbing to something, or it is no, you not going to disturb out of anything, but you become kind of like the the wind that go through any situation without harming to anything or disturbing to anything, but it giving the breeze, it giving the comfort, it giving the cool to around you. So that is what practice, that is what you have to develop through your day-to-day activities. It is just not only one time, it is not just a one moment. So there is a sutta called Gelanja Sutta in Sanyutta Nikaya, Gilana Vagga. In this Gelanya Sutta, the Buddha mentioned this is what happened. There was a place, in that place, a temple, during the Visala city. In that city, there was a temple. In that temple, all the old monk and the sick monks. It's kind of like a monk hospital. So sick monks used to be in that place. So one time Buddha visited this hospital, and there were patients like this. One group used to be kind of like the sickness becoming more worst. As you know, sometimes at home you you sick, but it is not that much worst. So once you go to the hospital and once you start to get treatments, what happening, it happening as a result of already the disease inside. It is not you go to hospital and you get sick there. No, the whatever already there, and it start to give result. So there are some monks used to be in that hospital. The sickness becoming more higher. And another group of monks, the sickness, the disease already going down. They recover little by little. And then there were another group of monks that already the sickness became more worse and they're ready to die. And then another group of monks, they already the recovered from the sickness, and now they are in the recovery period, and they're ready to leave the hospital. So like that, few people, group of peoples, well, monks. And so when the Buddha visited these monks, and he gathered everyone gathered around the Buddha. See, this all different kind of monks, and their conditions different. So for this all, Buddha mentioned how they should maintain when they have a sickness, disease. For all this monk, even the disease becoming worse and it getting cured, and it is still the same, or some going to die because of that disease, or some already recovered. These all monks should follow one thing. So what is that one thing? Because mostly when we get sick, we start to think about the disease, and we start to talk about it. We start to the to kind of like it becoming like a chanting mantra, and even everybody come to see, sometimes so call or nowadays, and they always mention whatever happened to somebody, and how dangerous it is. We always think about and becoming worry like that. But look in this sutta what the Buddha mentioned. For all the monks, Buddha mentioned the one medicine. So that medicine is what the Buddha called be mindful. Be mindful. So being mindful means not think about the disease, and not think about the what going to happen, or even not to remind about how you used to be healthy, and whatever the plan going to do in the future once you get healthy. It is not about that kind of mindfulness. So here the becoming mindful means four foundations. Kayanupassana. Forgetting that all other things, start to bring the attention to your bodily action. When you walk, when you eat, when you move your legs and hands, when you're lying down, when you do anything, just focus to that and be mindful with your bodily action. So see that this is very important, because when people get sick and they don't know what to do. And today I gave a Dharma talk for some people, and when they invited me for the Dharma talk, and there are some people got sick, and they told me, they gave a prohibited the word, don't tell this word. Other anything you can tell, but don't talk about death. See, today, when they invited me, that is what they told. Don't talk about death. Why? Because they get panic. They cannot handle this. So that's why when you don't know the reality, when you have something in your head, of course, it is not the world, it's our mind. That panic attack come, sabotage come through our own mind, our own thoughts. So that's why yourself remember, we all going to get sick. We all going to get old. That is not for only for one person. We all going to die one day. 2,600 years ago, Even Prince Siddhartha, before he attained to the Buddhahood, he saw a sick person, old person, dead person. So this all the time it's happening in the world. But still, when it comes to us, we cannot accept it. So that's why, especially when we get sick, don't get panic. Don't get disappointed. Don't afraid for that. Especially during this time, more than the virus, why people die, panic attack. Because when their mental condition become weaker, and even little cough or with little fever can kill that person. From the ancient time, this theory is this knowledge is coming with us. The way you accept it, that doesn't mean the virus is not going to kill us. Of course, there is a danger, but at the same time, the way you accept it, if you get disappointed and afraid, and when it happened to you, it already your immune system become weak, and then you sometimes when it far away, some people here ready to die. It's like that. You don't need to be like that way. So see what the Buddha told to this all the group of monks. Some got sick, newly sick people, and someone very old and ready to die. And so somebody recovering. For everyone told be mindful. So how to be mindful? And focus to your bodily action. So whatever you do, just focus to them and bring attention to your actions. So in that very moment, what happening? Your mind not going to think about past or the future. So in case somebody, your friends or family members get sick, remember, don't try to give any kind of that the details related to the disease, because it's not going to work. And teach them this method. See what the Buddha told. Tell them, don't worry, just if you die, you will die. Don't worry. Because we are all going to die. It is not something new. We have to accept it. So if you die, don't worry, we're going to do your funeral and finish it done. And if you so if you recover, then it is good for you. So then what you have to do? And focus to your mind and stay calm. Even you die, it is good for you. Because if you die with the worry, unhappy, sad mind, where you go? Your next life become very difficult life. So that's why stay calm, relax. So how you can develop that? Bring your attention to your body. Just keep focus to bodily action. Kaya anupassana. So that is why we practice this. Because otherwise, when the situation comes suddenly, maybe you cannot keep your mind relaxed, calm. So, but if you keep practice little by little, this will help you. And then what will happen? When you keep practice like that way, when you observe your bodily action, when you bring the attention to your bodily action, you start to see out of that bodily action, different feelings arise. When you walk, there are different feelings come to you. When you cook, there are different kind of feelings come to you. And when you clean, there are different kind of feelings come to you. So now you start to recognize when you focus to the bodily action, out of that action, different feelings arise related to that action. Keep focus to that. And when you keep focus to that, what will happen? And related to that feelings, your thoughts also change. When you walk, you have different thoughts. You have different feelings, you have different thoughts. When you cook, your thoughts different. And when you cleaning, your thoughts different. So according to different actions, different feelings arise. According to different feelings, different thoughts arise. You recognize that. And then you recognize this all happened not because of you. That is the very nature of this soul. That is where you get out of the self-centered mind. Otherwise, you always become worried, why it happened to me, why it happened to me, like that way. It is not happening to you. You just a part of this all. Because from the childhood, we thought, I did this, so like that way. We used to claim our authority regarding little by little actions. See, that finally it start to bounce back and it start to sabotage to ourselves. Now we are in pain, and when we get, why it happened to me, when I am sick, why it happened to me, so like that way, then it start to counterattack. But if you recognize when you do something, it is just not only you, it happened because of some other necessary conditions. That understanding, little by little, giving deeper clarity to understand the how this cause and effect happen. So once it become a part of your life, so whatever good or bad happens, you're not going to be so crazy, or you're not going to be so worried. You come to a point of a middle and you keep the balance. That is why you need the Dharma, to find that balanced place. Practicing meditation will take you to that balanced place, because when you are in that balanced place, in that point, out of you, you're not going to bring any kind of greed, hatred, and the delusion. And that is where you keep the calmness, relax, and the comfort. And in that calmness, relax, and comfort, so whatever your next moment going to become more and more successful and profitable for you and for others. So then remember, even in the samsara, the same. So from today, from this moment, as human beings, we all are, it's kind of like we are in a hospital, got sick already from this greed, hatred, and the delusion. We cannot get out of the change, unsatisfaction, and the selflessness. We all are having this. We all go through impermanent. So this kind of like a disease. And some people, after we die, you and me, some of us will go to higher place. We don't know. And sometimes some will go to low existence. And maybe some will come back and stay the same. And some may not going to come. We don't know. So, but it doesn't matter wherever we go, or lower or higher, or even we come to same. If you develop the mindfulness, you come to a point to end this all the journey, end this all the sickness, disease. So then always remember in day-to-day life, rather than thinking this or that, just bring your attention to your body. So it is within you. It is not far away. It is not a magic. It is not you have to wait for something. That's why the path of liberation is within you. What the Buddha said. Not a magic, or not a kind of like a you have to climb the mountain to get the initiation from unseen guru. It's not like that. So what the Buddha said, observe your bodily action 24/7. It is within you. It is the most closest things to you. So observe your bodily action. Then you will see the feelings. Then you will see the mind. And then you will see the causality, cause and effect, phenomena. And that understanding will liberate you. So it is, then remember, it is your own life. It is your own behavior. can change this all. So then you have this opportunity and use it in any situation in life. Remember, don't try to jump over the timeline and think. No, just bring your attention. Whatever situation come, if the situation become worst, if the other person gets so mad and angry and start to blame, and there is a situation come, you things went out of control and just you cannot do anything, and then what you have to do? Just come to your bodily action. Just start to observe your body. Even you are in the prison, it doesn't matter. Even you are in somewhere 100 apart, that uh, the top of the building, the 100 the floor, it doesn't matter. You are in a busy city or in the middle of the jungle, that this is what you have to do. Even you give up the lay life and becoming a monk, or even so, whatever you do, this is what you have to do. Observing your bodily action, there is nothing else. And observing your feelings, and observing your thoughts, and recognizing that recognition itself bring the liberation. So then remember yourself. It is not whatever the outside condition or the situation far away. It is within your own bodily, verbally action, and it is your own behavior. It is your own mind how recognize your bodily action and your feelings, your thoughts bring the liberation, bring the solution to this all. So then keep it in mind and day to day life, they remember and practice and try to tune to that universal wisdom little by little, little by little. Once you get into that, you get into the flow. Once you get into that flow without any effort, naturally, with the current, you will go. That is where one day you're going to get out of this soul and attaining to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. So, with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammihi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta numodantu Sabba sampatti siddhya idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.